Hello Pisces, welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Pisces is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your reading. Please hit the like button, leave a comment. Consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. It's totally free, it doesn't cost you anything. If there's anything you would like me to pray over or meditate upon or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Pisces, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And Two of Wands. Very good. This is dominion. This is the idea of having control or having ownership over our lives, right? Over the direction of our lives. This is a very strong energy. Sometimes it's an energy that talks about some conflict, that there's some sort of a power struggle going on. Well, let's put it into some context and let's see what other cards we've got. Yeah, we've got a Four of Swords now. So I feel like there is this underlying power struggle, but it's something that we're not talking about. You know, it's kind of a cloak and dagger kind of thing. It's not it's a Cold War kind of, right? It's nothing out in the open, but it's something that is kind of underlying everything. Very interesting. Got the Hermit now too, and the Chariot, and an Eight of Wands, and a Six of Pentacles. So at least we've got that Six of Pentacles at the end. Things are going to harmonize. Things are going to be successful. You will achieve the results that you're after. But it might not be in the way you expect. Now let's select the mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. It's one random card here from the Smith-Waite Tarot. We're just going to set it down over here. We'll put our little alien Simon Mork Ripley right there on top. And we're not going to look at that card until the very end. Okay? But it will tie everything together and it will give us the confirmation that we need at the end of the reading. If at any point during the reading you feel like you know what that card is or you have a hunch, I want you to put your prediction down in the comments. Let's do it together. Let's make it a group exercise in intuition. All right, let's look around the room again. We've got major. We've got these three major arcana cards. And what it's kind of saying to me is that, especially between the Chariot and the Devil, right? This is kind of, the Chariot's kind of saying, we're staying on course, we're tried and true methods, this is the way it's always been done, this is the way it's working. The Devil card says, hey, we might need to call an audible. There might be a plot twist here. The Devil card is something that has to adapt and react in the moment, immediately, because the situation has changed. Circumstances have changed. Now you've got to, on the fly, change course, right? The Chariot, chariots aren't very easy to steer. I don't know if you knew that. Once they get going in a direction, it's kind of hard to turn them around, right? It's kind of, you better be sure which way you're headed here. And I think that you have been. I think you've been very sure which way you've been going. Let's start with the Eight of Pentacles here. Tried and true method. Again, this is slow and steady. A little bit of water, a little bit of sunlight, a little bit of, air, a little bit of plant food, and the garden will grow as it should, right? Not too much, not too little. Not too much water, not too much sun. Very cautious, very slow and deliberate, right? And this, I think, has kind of been the way your life has been going. Maybe it's a career thing, maybe it's a family thing. It's been very steady. It's been slow, but the progress has been very, very steady. This is kind of taking the very safe investments. Low risk, right? The returns come slowly over 10 or 20 years, but they're almost guaranteed, right? Nothing is guaranteed, but it's the closest thing you can get to a sure thing. Okay. And I think this is how we've been approaching things, and that the Chariot falls right along side this Eight of Pentacles. But now I feel like there's something brewing. There's this kind of a change of leadership. Maybe I don't know, maybe you got a new boss. Maybe your company's under new management now. Maybe something very significant is happening with the world, with the stock market, with whatever. To me, this is kind of some an unexpected opposition. Yeah. Could be there's a new person at work that's kind of now, it seems like they're kind of gunning for the same promotion that you're working toward, right? Or that somehow they are too close for comfort, right? That their ambitions are too close to yours. Yeah. Because I feel like there is this kind of competition. There is this, it's like this town isn't big enough for the both of us kind of feeling, right? So we may have to adapt on the fly. Because I think that we've been thinking, well, this is it. I'm in charge. This is my path. Everything is going according to plan. Cruising along really nice in our chariot. But then I think something has happened or is happening. And it's not something that anybody's really talking about. We've got this Four of Swords. It's kind of like we know that there's something going on here, but when we pass each other in the hall, it's, hey, good morning, how you doing? There's this cloak and dagger kind of thing. There's this subtle treachery kind of going on that it's not out in the open. It feels very cloak and dagger, very kind of, very spy versus spy almost, in a way. Now, it's interesting that we have this Two of Cups up here, because I feel like this is your path. Again, we have this, the Chariot, we've got this Eight of Pentacles. I feel like this is something that you're very much like in love with. This feels like your destiny. It feels like this is your path. And this could be the ease at which everything has kind of been happening for you. But now, of course, we've got the Two of Wands, right? Fire and water. So now it's kind of like something has come in and upset the smooth flow of this water energy. It's been kind of easy peasy lately, but now there's this challenge. And what this challenge really could be, well, it might not even have to be something as obvious as there's somebody coming in that's kind of like direct competition. We've got this Ten of Swords underneath everything. This could be even something like waking up one day and realizing that this isn't your path at all anymore. Have you ever had that feeling where you just kind of, it hits you one day and you just think, I don't want to do this anymore. This isn't what I care about any longer, right? The Two of Cups is what we care about. But the Ten of Swords is thinking, this isn't my plan anymore, right? And now we're left with the Devil energy that needs to adapt, that needs to respond to the situation on the fly. We don't have time to sit and ponder. We've got to move. We got to keep rolling with it. It's you're in the middle of this climb up Mount Everest. You don't have time to kind of just sit and relax and think about what might be the best way to do it. No, you've got to deal with the ice and the snow and the wind and the darkness and the cold and the lack of oxygen. You've got to deal with all of these things in the moment, right? We don't have time to Google it, yeah, or watch some YouTube videos about it. We're right in the middle of it right now. So I wonder, and you'll have to excuse my voice, I'm still dealing with my bronchitis, my laryngitis. I thought it was over, but here it is again, and I sound like this. So just bear with me. The Two of Cups, it says that, look, this is still your baby. This is still your love. But I feel like the plan that you had set out to follow is just scrap it. It's just not work. This isn't it anymore. Now, maybe we don't even have a plan. Maybe we don't want a plan anymore. Maybe now, this is the rule book. We're throwing the rule book out the window. We're throwing the plan out the window, the blueprint, the map. We don't need the map anymore. Now we're going to trust instinct, ambition. We're going to entrust this path to ourselves in the moment. Yeah. To our internal kind of compass. Maybe this is the better way to approach it. Because I feel like there's this kind of, in an ideal world, yes, maybe we could kind of go back to the drawing board. We can say, okay, that plan is scrapped. Let's figure out a new plan. But we're right in the thick of it. We're right in the heat of the moment. Things are happening as we speak. We've got to be able to adapt on the fly, especially if this is something that we really care about. Maybe this is still your destiny. This is still you. You have this love, you have this ideal, you have this purpose and meaning in your life. But maybe the road to get there is not the same. Maybe we don't have the map anymore, right? So we've got the devil energy. We've got to trust in this devil energy. We've got to trust that we can adapt and react on the fly, in the moment. Now, let's go over to the path of the serpent. And as I do this, I'd like to ask for your subscription. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It's totally free. It doesn't cost you anything. And leave some comments for me. Let me know where in the world you're watching from. Okay. I apologize for my voice. It's getting worse, right? Anyway. Okay. I'm gonna have a sip of my immune booster, and we're going to move on. Hermit energy. The hermit, I think, is kind of what we would like to do. We would like to withdraw from the situation and be able to focus on our life kind of in a vacuum, We'd like to pursue our stuff without any kind of interference from anything that happens outside of us. We would like to be protected. We would like to be, why can't we all just pursue our own destiny and purpose and happiness, our own inner light, outside of the context of everything else, right? I'm reminded of that saying, life is what happens when you're busy making plans. Yeah. Because I kind of feel like we all have this ideal of what we want in our life, how we want things to go, what kind of an experience we want to have. Even in just the day, you wake up in the morning and you think, I really want my day to go this way. These are the things I want to do. These are the feelings I want to have. This is the experience I want. But as soon as you get out of bed, bang, you're hit with other things, other demands, other responsibilities. The inevitabilities, the random variables that pop up and demand that we adapt on the fly, right? Because we're not living in a vacuum. We don't live cut off from everybody else. Sometimes we try. And maybe, Pisces, maybe you try. Maybe you have set your life up in such a way where you can plan your day. You do have this ability to kind of predict, well, today I'm going to do these things, and I'm going to cultivate this kind of feeling, this kind of experience. Yeah. I've certainly had periods of time in my life where I've done that, where I've kind of withdrawn from my social life. And I just had this, almost a schedule. Wake up at a certain time, meditate, have my coffee, go outside, experience, watch the sunrise. And we just kind of plan out this experience for ourselves, right? But we can never completely isolate ourselves from the world. And in fact, the more we try to, I think the more the outside world comes banging on our door, demands to be let in. But you may be one of those people, or maybe this is just a period of time where you have tried to do that. You've tried to have that established routine. Yeah. And that takes us right into this chariot energy. Because the Chariot is exactly how we expect our day to go. And when the Chariot gets this signal that it has to turn around or change course, it doesn't really like it. It's not always happy about it. The Charioteer says, come on, really? You know, it's kind of annoyed by the fact that now we've got to turn this whole chariot around. It reminds me of Succession, right? Where Brian Cox, one of the stars of Succession, his character, Logan, is like, I don't know, his kids were annoying him or something. He's like, will you leave me alone? I'm in the middle of trying to move a tanker, right? Which, kind of like the chariot, not very easy to turn it around, right? And when you're kind of heading into an iceberg, perhaps, it takes all of your effort to try to steer away from that obstacle. Yeah. To try to change course right now, it's not the easiest thing, but if we perhaps, instead of going the chariot route, we learn to be a little bit more adaptable, a little bit more free and spontaneous. The goat, you think about a goat. Well, goat's kind of hopping from one ledge, one rock to another, climbing up this mountain. Very agile, right? Can change directions in an instant, right? Just kind of dancing up the mountain there. But the chariot, or the oil tanker, isn't quite so agile, right? Takes a lot to change course, to adapt to the approaching obstacles. So really, to me, this is two different attitudes, two different approaches to life, two different approaches to our environment. Okay. The next card, then, is the Eight of Wands. Now, the problem with the goat is that it needs to kind of, it likes to dance around up the mountain, but it also needs to have a bit of a plan. And the difficult thing with the Eight of Wands is, yeah, you're agile. You can adapt and you can pivot and you can change course in an instant, but when you're confronted with an obstacle, which way do you go? Having all this agility isn't going to do you any good if you don't use it in the right way. The thing about the chariot is that it knows where it's going. It might take a lot of energy to move around an obstacle, but that's because it's very fixed in its goals, in its destiny, in its course. But the goat is just a little bit more freewheeling, right? So to have this agility, we have to be able to use it in the right way. And the Eight of Wands is showing that there are a dozen different options. Which one do you pick? Well, if we spend too much time worrying about this, we're not going to pick any of them. This is the card of anxiety. This is saying, I know I need to do something, but what do I do? And we're just kind of tap dancing in place, right? Just got the jazz hands. But we're not actually doing anything, and then smack right into that obstacle, right into that iceberg. So we have to be able to just kind of have this sense, have this intuition, this spontaneity that there's this obstacle, there is this challenge, this other, whatever this conflict is, and we need to be able to respond to it in a very natural and perfect way. And it's something that we have to work on and cultivate. Something that we have to perhaps uncultivate. Perhaps we have to unlearn the chariot to get to that devil, right? And if we can do that, we've got the Six of Pentacles here. Material success. You're going to win. You're going to come out on top. You're going to get the promotion. You're going to get the success, the rewards, the paycheck, whatever it is. And to me, this feels like a lot of harmony, feels like a lot of recognition, feels like a pretty big compensation package as well, right? Feels to me this is kind of a career trajectory that we're talking about. Okay. Let's look at the mystery card. Thank you, Alien. what we could perhaps do with is some more water energy, right? Maybe we need a 9 or a 10 of cups. But I don't know that we really need that. Maybe we need a little more fire. I don't know, honestly, in this case. I can't really get a sense of what card this is. If you have a prediction, put it down in the comments, okay? Let's take a look. Another 6 of Pentacles. Well, that's perfect. That's an echoing of this. Yes, it's going to result in you getting to your goal. You're arriving at your destination. Maybe not by the same path that you expected. There's a plot twist here. The movie's still going to end the same way, but we didn't expect this twist here. We didn't expect this detour. But if you can adapt to the changing circumstances, then you will achieve this success. Yeah. And these are the results that you're expecting. This is how you want the movie to end. And I think it is ending that way. We're getting there by a different route. Yeah. This is very, very good energy, very positive, very successful. Very rewarding. I feel like there's a financial component here. Okay. Anyway, we're going to do an extended reading. If you want to stick around, click either above or below in the video description. There's a link. Pisces readings every Monday and Thursday, but I'm here every day. Come back, see me again tomorrow. Okay. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. Totally free. Doesn't cost you anything. And leave a comment for me. I really do enjoy hearing from you. I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you. And we're all in this together.